right, thanks, Carrie. Well, did you know it is International Jazz Day?
I did not.
Well, you've been missing out, Greg, because one group has been tooting that horn for the last 5 years.
And today they're bringing their sounds to Huntsville. WHNT News 19 Siobhan Bryan reports.
Now you say
we are celebrating International Jazz Day. It's an event that's happening worldwide.
Promoting peace, harmony, and great music, the Tennessee Valley Jazz Society brought the art form to the center of Huntsville.
And this is a great jazz community, and that they're great opportunities to celebrate the art form.
City officials offered their yearly declaration, making it International Jazz Day.
We wanted to present a proclamation on behalf of Mayor Battle and the City of Huntsville to, number one, affirm the fact that jazz is alive and well.
Quality of life is very important. Mayors Battle want us to have quality of life in this town through the education and through the arts.
After playing downtown for 2 hours, they brought the music to the next generation of musicians.
We got to get kids exposed to good music early on in life. The music is educational. It helps in their character development.
The Tennessee Valley Jazz Society has kept the music going in Huntsville for 30 years and hopes it will educate and inspire for years to come.
Jazz is one of the highest art forms in the world. I'm glad that Huntsville embraces our efforts.
In Huntsville, Siobhan Bryan, WHNT News 19.
The Jazz All-Star Band and the Army Materiel Command Jazz Project brought the music to Huntsville's downtown audience.
And they sounded really
They
great.
did.
Thanks for watching. We will be right back.
We love Howard. He's an old friend now, and he does a lot for the city, and he does a lot for the kids, particularly the disadvantaged kids around the city of Huntsville, and it's really, really great. We're going to be doing, how are you doing, Mom? We're going to be doing a project in the school this afternoon. We're going to bring in about a 20-30-minute concert for the lower grades, playing some jazz with a little trio. It'll be a little bit different than this one, but Mr. Christian Clark on drums will be joining me. We're going to be playing at McDonald Elementary School at about 1:30. So if you want to pop in and just kind of talk to people at front desk and say, hey, I'm a jazz fan and I love to listen to these guys play, and you know, I think it's great that they're here in the school. We're going to be there this afternoon.
In line with International Jazz Day, Howard Bankhead has been a phenomenal asset to our community as it relates to jazz and the dispensation of this form of music that so many people love in this community. And for almost 30 years now, Howard has been almost singularly responsible for making sure that the appreciation of jazz on a yearly basis as well as sometimes a quarterly and month-to-month basis is done. And so we want to recognize the great work that he has done on behalf of the City of Huntsville. And I have a proclamation here that I will not read from Mayor Battle's office, but it is my privilege on behalf of Mayor, as Multicultural Affairs Director, of which music and jazz is a part of, to extend this awesome acknowledgement to Howard Bankhead, the Executive Director of the Tennessee Valley Jazz Society, a proclamation that says that on this day, which is April the 30th, 2015, our Mayor, Tommy Battle, is declaring this International Jazz Day. Y'all need to give it up. Howard, what you got to say?
I say, like I said, the whole world today is celebrating jazz, all over the world. And we're the only city in Alabama that's doing this thing. And I want to represent on behalf of the Jazz All-Stars, Pete, DeVere, and Christopher, and the members of the Jazz Society that we love both this art form. It's about peace. We all need peace. We all need more love. And jazz brings that to the community. So thank you very much.
drums, this is Mr. Christian Clark. This guy has become one of my best friends in town. I retired out of the Air Force about 6 years ago, obviously. This guy has been a long-term, he's not a Huntsville native born, but he got here as quick as he could. He's been a long-term Huntsville resident. He is a member of the Huntsville Symphony Orchestra. He also plays gigs anywhere and everywhere in Huntsville, North Alabama that he can. I count him to be a good friend. He is a great gentleman and a great guy, and not too bad of a bass player either. On bass, this is Mr. Kabir Parag. And my name's Pete Harrison, and I'm still learning how to play chopsticks. Anyway, we like to call jazz is a kind of multi-generational music, and we have the next generation represented here by two different people. One is Christian, who you just met, and another person who was driven here all the way from a town up in Tennessee that's about an hour and a half from here. But she comes and hangs out at the jam sessions, and she decided that she was going to study music with me. So coming up, our special guest on vocals. This is Miss Lauren Campbell.
Hi, I'm Lauren Hathaway. I have to give a special thanks to Mr. Bankhead because he introduced me to jazz music. And man, I'm in love. Try a little Cry Me a River.
Now you say you're lonely. You cry the whole night through. Well, you can cry me a river. Cry me a river. I cried a river over you.
Because it's not just a piano, sometimes you can make it sound like other things. What's that sound there? Young lady in the pink. What's your name? And what did you say? Bass? You're absolutely right, because you notice there's no bass player up here. So I play the piano, and in this little group I'm playing the bass with my left hand. Sometimes keyboard players do that.
month and a half from now called Jazz in June. Gee, what month is it in? I bet you it's in December. Anyway, it's in June. It's usually things happening in schools. There's usually concerts happening around town. And of course, the big one at the end of the week is the Jazz Festival that, Howard, is going to be happening up in Montesano again?
Yes.
It happens up in Montesano. There's a lodge up there. If you haven't been up to the park, go up to the park. It's a beautiful place. And there's a lodge up there, and just about 50 yards from the lodge off to the right, as you pull into the parking lot, there is a little amphitheater. And the jazz starts about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Excuse me, folks. And it goes to 6 or so. And all sorts of bands play. It's a lot of fun. And people bring dogs, blankets, picnic baskets, grandma, the whole household. So come on out to Jazz in June. Talk to Mr. Bankhead about Tennessee Valley Jazz Society. And if you're interested, join the society. Or if you can't talk to him today, go to the website. It's tvjs.webs. All right, and they'll have all sorts of great information.